It's been called the valley that never grew a town. Even the name, Disappointment Valley, speaks to the isolation.
I was born Elizabeth Darby in 1842 in Worcestershire County, England.
But to hear Lizzy Knight tell it, this was home.
I took up blacksmithing, and right good I was at it too. Blacksmithing might not be ladylike, but it led to me being able to become a pioneer cattlewoman in Colorado.
Lizzy's story is kept alive by her great-great-great-granddaughter, Marcia Bankston.
She was quite a character, but she was also a very accomplished woman.
Lizzy Knight and her daughter were the first two women to settle in Rico during the silver boom.
In 1881, after building up a small beef herd with my milk cows out of running a dairy in Rico, I married Henry Knight, and we came to his land here in Disappointment Valley, to the cabin that he built for us. We were the second family in Disappointment Valley, and I think her cabin is so important so people can see it was real, that life took place in a very small space. You know, people were welcome here, and they came and they visited and they laughed and they bartered.
Despite its diminutive size, it would soon become larger than life to those in the valley.
But I was always looking for a way to make some more money, so I decided to start me a little store.
That store would also become the post office and bank, all crammed within these four walls.
So yes, this was the center of social and commerce here in the valley.
All run by a 5'0" English-born blacksmith turned rancher, merchant, postwoman, and banker.
Such an appreciation of the strength and the tenacity, and yet she didn't seem to take life too seriously. You know, she enjoyed everything.
See how dark the wood is? That's just years and years and years of a room full of cowboys smoking cigarettes and leaving the lid open on the stove.
George Greenbank shares Marcia's love of the old log cabin. Beneath the clutter, he sees potential.
I see Lizzy Knight's cabin not too far from the way it was when she lived here.
Behind the torn paper, testimony to the strength it took to build a life in this remote valley.
And a lot of them are hewn, you know, with an old broadaxe.
Century-old logs that still have a tale to tell.
With the evidence that we have with these solid logs, we can make this cabin work. We can make it just like it was when Lizzy Knight had her little shop here and the cowboys stopped by and said, "Lizzy, I really got to have a new pair of pants."
And from her house across Disappointment Creek, Marcia Bankston sees Lizzy's influence making its mark on many generations to come.
What I would like to see is it become a place where people can come to see what life was like in the beginning of the settlement of this part of Colorado, because this was the beginning.
As Marcia climbs a nearby hill to pay her respects to her great-great-great-grandmother, she can't help but ponder what Lizzy would think about seeing her old homestead revitalized to its former glory.
Oh yeah, I think she would be delighted. You know, I think she would.